If you're ready to get going in woodworking, or you've been woodworking for a while, but you're kind of wondering, what does George think I have to have in my shop for stationary tools? That's what I'm going to give you right now. Let's start right here at the table saw. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me about that. If you're going to do woodworking, you almost have to have a table saw. This will allow you to rip and cross-cut your stuff to size. Depending on its capacity, you could do anything from small birdhouse parts all the way up to cabinet parts. In addition to cutting stuff to size, we got your dados, we got your rabbits. Then, more advanced cutting, you can do cove cutting, you can do finger joints. Very versatile tool, must have, heart of the woodworking shop. This way, Chris, we're going to head on over to one of my next favorite tools, router table. What do I like about this? Versatility. We can hang a router in there, or we can take that motor out, use it for handheld operations like dovetail jigs and edge forming. Here in the router table, you can make doors, you can do raised panels, you can do joinery. Very versatile tool to have. In fact, you could even use this for edge jointing if you don't have one of the tools we're going to talk about in just a second. Now we're going to make Chris walk backwards without tripping. Nicely done. And we're going to hit benchtop planer. Why do you need a planer in your shop? Well, this gives you a lot of opportunities. One is, instead of buying your lumber surfaced, you can buy it rough sawn. That's going to save you some money at the mill. The other thing is, when we need thin stock, how are we going to produce that? Well, we can send 3/4 inch stock through the planer, take it down to half, 3/8, quarter, whatever it is you need. It's going to flatten the boards for you. Remember that we've got a building block process going on here. So if we start with kerfluey boards, we're going to have a kerfluey project. We want to get them nice and flat here at the planer. So we get dimensioning, we get flatness. That's a great attribute to think about, adding a planer to your shop. Now, jointer. Kind of like the planer, this fits into that building block idea. Jointers are used to produce flat faces, that's face jointing, and to produce edges that are smooth, straight, square. We're back to that idea of if your parts are kerfluey, your project's going to be kerfluey. This is a great starting point with your material to make sure that when we take it from here to other parts of our project, it's going to be nice and straight and true so that our project is nice and straight and true. What if you don't want straight and true? What if you want curves? Then you got to have one of these. Bandsaw is one of my favorite tools. Why? We can change the blades and we can do so many different things here. Put a small blade in there, you can cut jigsaw pieces. Put a big blade in there, we can resaw stuff down to size. Then we could take it to the planer and plane it to get off the bandsaw marks. Very versatile, gives you the opportunity to cut really thick stuff. In fact, even thicker than that. There we go. This particular saw has a 12-inch thickness capacity. What other tool in your shop can you do that kind of work on? Lots and lots and lots of things we can get out of having a bandsaw in the shop. So, a quick recap. Table saw, router table, planer, joiner, bandsaw. Outside of the table saw, no particular order to those projects, but now you've got George's top 5 stationary power tools for your woodworking shop.